Does not have to be a new year, a new you. It just needs to be a healthier you, y'all. All right, so do me a favor, and if you want to purchase some TLC products, NutriBurst, Life Drops, Harmony Drops, Blossom, anything like the ISOT, if you want to get any of that, please check down below in the description box and get it from me, okay? Y'all, I love the TLC products, and they help me fight off everything they got coming at me, y'all, because we said it before, we'll say it again. They coming at us on every front. So make sure that you are in charge of your health. Now, if you are in your workout journey like myself, don't forget to check out ifyoucanmove.com, Team LASHAE, Paige and Amari, and everything that has to do with my girl Kiara LASHAE. Y'all know I'm an affiliate for her, and I am a testament to how her workouts work, honey, okay? I'm also a testament to how cute you can look in a Paige and Amari fit. I do that too. So if y'all want to purchase any, okay, of these products with Paige and Amari, Team LASHAE, get you a drip belt, okay? Or if you want to sign up for the online gym, tell them your girl Bondi Blue sent you. Use my links down below. Get into it. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for another All-American review, y'all. All right. Let's get into it. So, y'all, Spencer. This episode, Spencer went down to the cabin, y'all. And y'all know the last time Spencer was at the cabin was when he found his dad, Corey, dead. And I just kind of feel like, oh my God, why did he go up there by himself? I'm already on the wavelength of feeling like I'm worried. Olivia and Layla talk about Spencer and how, you know, he went to the cabin alone. And Olivia is like, don't you think that's like not the best idea? Considering what happened, maybe we should go up there. And the fact that Olivia was the one that thought to do that when Layla kind of just wanted to give him his space, I think it shows who is more emotionally invested. Even though Olivia is just that type of person, she's always trying to fix everybody. That's who she is. I still feel like it's way too many times when Olivia shows up being more emotionally in tune to Spencer than Layla is. But anyway, so Coop talks to Grace about how Spence basically blames her for getting shot. And Grace says, listen, I love you just like I love Spencer and Dylan. So just know that it's all good. And you and Spencer will find a way back to one another, because she was worried that Grace blamed her. But Grace was like, no, but I do understand that both of y'all are immensely loyal people that will sometimes not make the best decisions because you're trying to be there for somebody you love. Y'all both have that in common. So, you know, if Spencer does it, you better know you do it too. So y'all, Spencer was just about to go back home when the homies show up, okay? He went in there, walked in, felt the energy, and was just like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this today. And he was about to leave the cabin, but when he came outside, everybody was out there, y'all. Layla, Olivia, Asha, JJ, Vanessa, Simone, Jordan. Everybody was out there like, we came here to support you, bro. We came here to, you know, have a good time, and, you know, let's make sure this is on a positive tip and not on a sad tip. But you can't change how Spencer is feeling. He's happy to see them. He's happy to see Layla. But ultimately, this is still hard for him. So while everybody is in, you know, let's have a good time weekend mode, he's still trying to deal with the emotions of the last time I was here, my dad died. And I didn't even have him for that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. And y'all know how Spencer does. He compartmentalizes. So I'm sure he packed his dad passing in a box in the back of his mind and left it there until he showed up here today. And now it's like having to deal with that. So he was supposed to be packing up some things to save, some things to throw away. JJ, Asher, Jordan was supposed to be helping him with that, but they can't seem to keep track of which boxes are which, so they have to start over and do it again. And that's quite annoying. JJ tells them that he wants Vanessa to be his girlfriend, so he's going to pop the question for her to be his old lady. Olivia, meanwhile, is still hating on Vanessa for how close she got with Asher in Mexico this summer. Mind you, Asher still does not know that Olivia saw he and Vanessa in Mexico when she came there to see him. She popped up and, you know, I don't know what they was doing, but we'll see next week. Next week, we'll finally get to see what happened that weekend, you know, that the Vegas trip happened, and also that I guess she went to Mexico and found Asher with Vanessa, because they say they didn't have sex, but they just really had a close knit bond. So I'm interested to see what actually took place. Next week gonna be good, girl. It's gonna be good. But right now we're focusing on this episode. So Simone, you guys, Simone has college admissions, like letters and essays to work on, but she feels like she doesn't even know who she is, okay? Simone back in the day used to be a tennis star, okay? They thought she might be as good as the Williams sisters, all right? She took a break because she felt like her mom was pushing her to do tennis. So she took a break. Then she got pregnant, and Jordan has met her as, you know, pregnant Simone, not tennis playing, you know, A+, doing everything, balancing everything, Simone. So they're figuring out that they don't know each other the way that they thought they knew each other this episode. And that is going to get quite interesting, because it always seems as if Simone and Jordan are on the cusp of breaking up because Simone is tired of Jordan. So I feel like, I don't know if their relationship is going to last forever anyway, but it definitely always seems like she's on the cusp of breaking up with his ass. Is it just me? Layla finds Spencer stressing on whether or not he should read letters that his dad left behind. And Layla says that, you know, you can do that later, because the truth of the matter is, when I was reading my mom's lyrics, which are basically her thoughts and emotions, I didn't exactly get clarity. It gave me even more questions. So don't be in such a rush to get through it. Come and enjoy, you know, all your friends being here for you. You know, that's her advice. So Coop is obsessing about Spencer to Patience, okay? Patience is having her phone blown up by the girl who stole her song, who is under JP's label. Y'all, I missed the girl's name and just didn't get it. So y'all know we're not going to really be referring to her as her name this episode. But either way, she's blowing Patience's phone up. And Coop, who is already on one about Spencer, is like, oh my God, do I, you know, have to worry about who blowing your phone up? And she's like, no, like I haven't been answering, hence the blowing up. But she explains who it is. And she also tells Coop that she needs to go and talk to Spencer. He's at the cabin by himself, so they think. So she's like, go and talk to him. Patience ends up going to meet with old girl, and she says, as an artist, I never wanted you to think that I was trying to steal your song. So basically, it seems as if she didn't do that. JP brought her the song, didn't tell her that it was Patience's song. So she's performing it not knowing that it belonged to somebody, that it was stolen. So she wants to give her an opportunity to be on tour with her and perform her song the way it was always intended to be performed, which is by Patience. So now Patience has something to think about. So Spencer starts reading some of the letters that his dad wrote. And at the beginning, his dad was very angry and blaming Grace and Billy for all of the bad decisions in his life, basically. Blaming Grace because, you know, he decided to have a family instead of going back to football after he had, you know, beaten the cancer the first time. So, you know, Spencer is reading it. And at first, I was nervous that Spencer was going to feel the same way his dad felt. But Spencer has already dealt with this. So Spencer's like, you know, he blamed my mom for everything. You know, damn. Olivia finds him sitting on the dock and they talk. Asher and Layla see them talking, and Asher says, oh, it seems as if they're closer than ever. It's like, I know you not tripping. First of all, even though we all know that obviously Olivia and Asher are eventually going to break up. Like, it's over. It's done with. We already know that. And we know that Olivia and Spencer are secretly in love with each other, but haven't even admitted it to themselves. But their relationship has been 100% platonic from what we've seen. Like, they're sitting on the dock in front of everybody, having a conversation about what Spencer is going through. Everybody is here because Spencer's dad passed, and it's the first time he's been there since his dad passed. Everybody knows that we're here to support Spencer. So I was annoyed at Asher because I felt like with your situation with Vanessa, you don't have a right to like actually have an attitude right now. Like, seriously? He also put that bug in Layla's ear, though. So now she's peeping it. And it's not the first time she's peeped it. So now this is going to become an issue. So Olivia and Spencer are talking, and Olivia says that Spencer should keep reading the letters because he knows that eventually his dad got to a better place. So reading the letters will help him more so understand his dad's thought process and how he got to that place of forgiveness. And there's something to be gained and learned from that. So keep reading, you know. So Olivia's advice and Layla's advice were two different things, okay? And I think it comes from the place of Olivia kind of knowing how to confront issues because of her drug addiction. And Layla feeling the need to kind of more so run from issues because that's how her dad handled her mom's death. And that's kind of how she handles her issues sometimes. When she's not in a good headspace, Layla runs. But when Olivia and Spencer are done talking, the way he kind of smiles after her, Layla sees that, okay? So, yeah, it's going to be an issue. Spencer reads the letters and he reminisces on the good times he had with his dad because during the letter, his dad is talking about missing him. And it makes him go and value his friends because the dad was like to cherish every moment because, you know, life is fleeting for sure. Asher is tripping on Liv, asking why she's always the one giving Spencer what he needs. And Spencer says, you know what, let's turn up, let's party. So right when shit is kind of getting hot, Spencer's like, you know what? Let's have a good time. I was like, thank God. Okay, break this shit up. So they go and have a fire and they play charades, y'all. And it seemed like everybody was having a good time. Vanessa, you know, during the game mentions how she knows that Asher had a Samuel L. Jackson poster on his wall when he was like 10 years old. It's like, bitch, how much talking did y'all do? You know, it's like, damn, you know, how close did y'all get? Y'all seem to have gotten very close. Then Vanessa says, let's play Never Have I Ever. She also suggested alcohol, but because Olivia doesn't drink, everybody decided that they wouldn't drink, okay? So they're going to play Never Have I Ever with like pickle juice with like hot sauce or cayenne in it or some shit like that. I thought that was hilarious. JJ's porta party shit is so smart and he should definitely turn that into a business. Like you definitely need to turn that into $1 million business like all the other smart white boys that just having a good time at life and come up on $1 million you know, plan or idea. Like, JJ, turn that into a business. Still go into football because once you retire, especially if you haven't hurt yourself too badly, you can definitely go into business and party planning for the NFL and for the players. I see this in your future, JJ. But this game is helping everybody find out a little bit more about each other. Like the fact that Olivia actually did go to Vegas when Coop was in Vegas doing his show. Some people didn't know that. Vanessa gets upset with the way that everybody is clowning Asher. And it's not the first time it happened that day. Earlier that day, JJ and Jordan were clowning Asher about losing all his money. And even though, you know, Asher kind of laughs it off, it's still kind of hurtful. It's very hurtful. So he felt some type of way about that. Vanessa clocked it. So now that they're sitting around the fire, she draws attention to it and says, never have I ever shitted on one of my best friends. Like, what are y'all doing over there? And they were like, it's just a joke. You know, it's not a big deal. Liv takes the opportunity to say, never have I ever spent the summer getting to know someone else's boyfriend a little bit too well. I was like, oh, well, things have turned shady, haven't they? Asher, who was trying to tell Liv to stop, like, I was like, oh, wait a minute, you doing too much. Okay, he was like kind of getting on Liv for what she said. And Jordan was like, hey, man, chill out. It's cool. Don't talk to my sister like that. It's cool. Don't talk to my sister like that. And so then this is when shit gets even more messy. And Asher decides to out Jordan for cheating the concussion protocol. Simone gets upset about this. You lied to me. You didn't tell me. Oh, my God. And then she storms away and Jordan runs after her. And he admits that he didn't tell her because he knew that she wouldn't want him to do that shit. OK, and he knew what he was doing. He knew he had to get that done. And if he told her, she would have convinced him not to do it. And she's like, I'm tired of you risking your life and you don't even care. I care. You hurting yourself. You not being able to wipe your own ass at 33. Yeah, that matters to me, especially if I plan on being with you. And it seems as if Simone and Jordan are going to try to, like, you know, high school sweetheart this shit. You know, like stay together after and all of that. So him having all of his faculties is definitely of importance to everybody at this point. Her, him, his family. Like, nobody wants you to be out here fucked up because you gotten way too many concussions. he tries to make it about the fact that she doesn't know who she is and all of that type of shit. Like, it was stupid though, but it was an argument that will eventually be resolved. But right now, Simone is like, maybe we rushed our relationship. Yeah, maybe we rushed it. I'm like, girl, stop. Stop it. Layla clocked that Liv went to Vegas. And I think that Layla didn't know that Olivia was in Vegas and Layla was in Vegas. So it's kind of like, what the hell is going on here? She already feeling some type of way about Olivia's relationship with Spence. So after everybody goes back inside, she puts Olivia on blast to Asher and says the reason why she's upset is because she saw you and Vanessa together in Mexico after she left Vegas, or she went to Vegas after something about the Vegas trip, y'all. But it was like, oh, she went to Mexico and saw you and Vanessa together because of the Vegas trip. So basically throwing salt on Olivia. I'm like, that was passive aggressive as shit, Layla. You could have said something to Liv instead of throwing out her business to Asher like that. But at this point, everybody's spraying everybody. So let it rip. Put it all out there on the table. JJ overhears this and it's like, oh my God, Vanessa, you messed with Asher? Yeah. Don't want to ask her to be your girlfriend now. Then Coop gets there and she's mad that nobody invited her to the cabin trip, bitch. I thought Spencer was here alone. So everybody's in breakdown. Asher and Olivia are arguing. Coop and Spencer are arguing. And Coop tells Spencer that at the end of the day, I told you to stay out of my situation with Tyrone. I told you to stay out of my situation with Sean. And what did you do? You kept trying to run in with that cape on your back. So take some responsibility for your ass getting shot. It wasn't all on me. Asher tells Olivia that, you know, at the end of the day, their relationship may not be the healthiest for him anymore because she's always trying to save somebody and fix their problems. And when Asher was in Mexico with Vanessa, he was able to be confident and take care of himself. And he realized that on this trip, that Vanessa made him feel like he knew who he was, you know, confident and in control. Whereas with Olivia, she's always saving him. So he kind of shifts into not being as confident and being insecure because she's always there to save him. And I was kind of like, that's not really her fault. Like, I get it. You know, she does need to pull back, but it's not her fault that you allowed her to do that. If you don't need her to save you, say, I don't need you to save me, and save yourself. But don't blame her for trying and then you taking advantage of that. I thought that was unfair. But basically, both, you know, sets of people are having the same argument. Layla and Spencer have a non-conversation, you know, in which she kind of had an attitude but didn't really say anything. She's like, I'll be in the car, like something like that. Okay, so they never really talked about it. They just got in the car to leave the lake. And Spencer read the last of the letters from his dad. And basically in the letters, it tells him that his dad wanted his forgiveness and his dad had gotten to a better place. And he realized that he stayed in his relationship with Darnell's mom too long to protect her feelings and wants him to do better. So when Spencer gets home with Layla at the end of the trip, he's now realizing he needs to have a conversation with her about how he's feeling. She is realizing this at the same damn time. So she turns around and says, I'm only going to ask you this one time, Spencer. What happened with Olivia in Vegas? Or what happened in Vegas, period? And that's when the episode went off. So we really didn't get to see the rest of that. So I'm sure we'll get to see what happened in Vegas last week. Also throughout this episode, we saw Billy go over to Laura so he can fix the garbage disposal. Had his little belt on like he was doing something. Child, y'all know men who can't never fix shit always want to show up trying to fix something. But either way, he thought she was going on a date. That's why he really showed up. This whole fixing the sink shit was cap. Okay, he was really there because he thought Laura was about to start dating. Okay, so after they finished having a good time and reminiscing and shit, and him finally fixing the garbage disposal after getting peas and carrots all over the damn place, he's like, you know, oh, I'm sorry, you know, tell your date, I'm sorry if it made you late. I knew you would start dating eventually. I just want you to be happy. You know, having this selfless moment. And she's like, well, actually, it was a girl's night out. But when you came here and decided you were going to fix the sink, I told them that I wasn't going to go. And she says, for the record, I'm not dating. So the door is still open on Laura and Billy. They gonna get back together. They gonna get back together. Stop teasing us with the gray shit then, okay? Stop it. I'm tired of y'all teasing us, making us think that Billy and Grace could, you know, actually be the ones for each other. I'm tired of this. If y'all want Tay Diggs to be with the white lady, just let Tay Diggs be with the white lady. It's okay. We already know. Like, we know who Tay Diggs is. I'm sorry. I could not. I could not. It had to happen. I love y'all. I love All American. I think it's a great show. I love Laura. So I want Billy and Laura to work it out, to be honest with y'all. Like, if I'm looking at the characters, I want Billy and Laura to be together. I really, really do. And I want Grace to find somebody, because I'm tired of her being a single mama without no man that's always there in the helpful capacity. I want her to have a relationship love interest too, bitch. Why the black lady gotta be the one single without a man? I don't appreciate that. Okay? So All American, figure that out. And I mean that from the standpoint of a woman, because everybody else on this show is teenagers, bitch. I love y'all. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I hope y'all enjoyed this review, and I'll see y'all in the next one.